Right, Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Very good afternoon, everyone, and warm welcome to our today's webinar entitled Mendeley Manage Your References. I am organizing this program in collaborations with Mendeley and Mendeley Advisor community. I'm Mohammad Jarul Islam, Mendeley advisor and a PhD candidate at the University Putra, Malaysia, will be the moderator for this webinar. First and foremost, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to the invited guest speaker for accepting my invitations and joining us today. I also would like to thank and welcome all the 800 plus participants from all around the world. If you have any questions regarding the talk, you can post in the chat box. We'll try to answer your questions at the Q&A session. At the end of the talk, we will share an attendance form for issuing certificate of participation. In the end, we will take on group photo. Please prepare yourself for the photo sessions if possible. Without further ado, let's introduce our today's guest speaker. Dr. Neha Kumar is currently working as an assistant professor at the School of Management, the North Cap University, Gurgaon. She has an associate member of the Institute of Company Secretariats of India, ICSI. She is a certified Mendeley advisor. She has obtained her PhD in commerce. She has also obtained her master's in commerce from Sri Ram College of Commerce, Delhi University, and bachelor's degree in commerce from Indraprastha College for Women, Delhi University. Dr. Kumar has also qualified UGC NET in commerce. She has conducted training sessions, workshops, FDFs on reference management, Mendeley journal selections, articles, thesis writing and formatting, and SPSS. Her areas of specializations include corporate finance, corporate social responsibility, and corporate governance. She has keen interest in research and has authored and co-authored papers, various research papers published in SSCI, ABDS, Scopus, and UGC Care and Referred Journal. Dr. Kumar has been fortunate to obtain a wide range of corporate and teaching experience of more than 10 years. She has taught as a faculty of commerce and management in reputed colleges of Delhi University, Guru Gobind Singh University, and SGT University. So without taking much of your time, now I would like to invite Dr. Neha Kumar on the screen. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such kind introduction. Very good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to all the participants, since we have participants from different time zones. Well, at the outset, let me thank the organizers, University Putra, Malaysia, and Mr. Zorul, of course, for providing me the opportunity to be a part of this webinar on Mendeley Manage Your References. Well, to begin with, we all have come across research papers. We have read them, we have written them, and we are all aware of the tedious task of referencing those articles while writing them. So in this session, we shall be discussing how to use a reference manager tool, which is Mendeley, that will make your research journey easier and simpler, because you can focus on writing your research paper rather than focusing on how the referencing needs to be done. So I'll just share my screen and we can start with the session. So is the screen presentation visible?
Yes, Doctor, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. Just a second. I think I've shared the. Just a second. Okay. So we can start. Okay, before I start, I just wanted to know if any one of you could, before we start with Mendeley, actually, I wanted to discuss some basic concepts which are important for you to understand. And most of you, I believe, are aware of these concepts, but still just a clarity as to what do you understand by the term references and citation. If any one of you can share, unmute yourself and tell me the difference between references and citation. Can the participants unmute themselves?
Yeah, if anyone want to talk, then you can raise your hand. I can unmute you.
Maybe
Is there anyone who want to share?
Chat. Two participants have raised their hands, it says.
Okay, there is Ista. Yeah, I think you can unmute yourself.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
For citation, we mention only the authors and the year of publication. But for reference, we mention that author's name and the title of paper and the resource from where.
Right, ma'am, right. Thank you. Someone else would like to
Yeah,
answer?
I think there is engineer Sono. So yeah, you can unmute yourself. Okay, there is Mr. Yusuf.
Yes, thank you so much. Basically, in a short sentences, we can say references is a long sentences like where the article link, article name, and some extent and GUI number, where citation is simply author name and date or year, some extent.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So I believe most of us are aware of this, so we can quickly run through this. Right, as rightly mentioned, citations, yes, of course, we all have seen citations and references in any of the research papers you've come across or thesis. So when we talk about citations, citation is basically you mention the source from where you are taking this particular segment, this particular part. So you mention the source of that research paper. It may be a book, it may be a website, it may be a web page within the body of the text. So while you're writing your research paper, you mention within the text, it is known as citation. When you mention the details related to the research paper or book or website that you have referred, it is not within the text, but you mention the list of the sources which are used in the text, it is a reference. As far as how where the same needs to be appearing, as discussed, citation is within the document, while references are mentioned at the end of the document. Once you write your complete paper, it is mentioned at the end of the document. And at times, as an old practice, most of us have also observed some references mentioned as footnote. But currently, we're not using this particular practice. Citations, as we are aware, is mentioned in parentheses. If you've observed, the author name and the year is mentioned in brackets, while references are mentioned at the end of the document in the form of endnotes. As far as what is mentioned in references and citation, well, references include a complete list of all the sources with complete details, which includes the name of the author, the date of publication, the name of the journal where the article has been published, the title of the paper, volume number, issue number, page number, DOI. These are the items which are included, the basic details as to if any other researcher wants to go through this article. With all these details, it becomes easier for him or her to refer that article. However, in case of citations, we refer or we mention just the author name and the publication date. At times, you'd also observe page numbers, but this is generally done when you're writing some, as in the reference is related to a book, or when you're quoting something as it is, you mention the page number. Otherwise, we normally mention just the name of the author and the publication date. So just to give you an example again, this is a citation which is mentioned within the text while you're writing your research paper. And at the end of the text, you have a list of all the references that you have referred in the main text. Like for example, Becker 2012, Lee 2016, Mercado 2017. These are mentioned within the text. While your reference list gives you the complete detail as to where you can find these particular articles. See, these are all blog posts. So they've mentioned they're retrieved from this website. This is the name of the website. All the details are mentioned in the reference section. Also to mention, most of us have observed while reading or writing research papers, the citations are basically of two types. You might have observed a citation like this. You might also have observed a citation like this. You can easily identify the difference between the two. This we mention as narrative in-text citation, where the author name is not mentioned in the parenthesis because the author name is, that is, we start the sentence with the name of the author, and so we do not repeat the name again in the parenthesis in the form of citation. So we suppress the author name. I'll let you know eventually how this is done. So in the narrative in-text citation, we start the sentence with the author name because it is an author-centered sentence content that we are mentioning. So the author name is suppressed while writing the citation. However, this is the content, we say content dominated or content oriented, citation wherein the author name, the year is mentioned within the parenthesis. We also term this as parenthetical citation. So the difference between the two is here the name of the author is forming the part of the sentence, while here the author name and the year of publication is mentioned in the parenthetical because this is not a part of the sentence. Like you mentioned that another study found showing similar, showing that individuals as young as 18 display the symptoms of this disease. So this is a sentence that is complete. And thereafter you've mentioned who has said this sentence, where can you refer to this sentence? So this is the source. So you need to mention the source. It may be in the form of narrative in-text citation. It may be in the form of parenthetical citation. I'll explain you eventually how this is done using Mendeley. As far as references are concerned, we're all aware the name of the author. If you have multiple authors, you mention the name of all the authors followed by the year. Then year is within brackets, full stop. This is as per the APA style. Just to mention, this is as per the APA style of referencing. You have the title of the article, the title of the periodical or the journal where the paper has been published, volume number, issue number, again within the brackets, and this is in italics, page number and DOI. These are the, this is an example of, just as is mentioned, this is a specimen as to how is it mentioned, and this is an example. You can observe how the article name is written, how the journal title is written, the issue number, volume number, and the DOI. This is, again, I'm mentioning this is as per the APA format. References are mentioned, are written, as well as citations are written using the various styles of references. Which style you're required to follow? Well, if you're submitting an article for review, please go through the guidelines of the journal that you're referring to. The guidelines clearly mention the reference style you're required to follow. If you're writing your thesis, then you should refer to the guidelines as mentioned in your by the PhD supervisor and the university guidelines. So the style of referencing is something that you need to follow depending upon the guidelines or the place, the journal where you're referring your paper to. So changing from one reference style to the other would not be a problem if you're using a reference manager tool. Had this been done manually, it would be a very difficult task for you to edit each and every detail. However, if you use a reference manager tool like Mendeley, your life becomes easier. So these are the various different styles of referencing. We all have come across Harvard style of referencing, APA, Vancouver, MLA citation, Chicago manual style, Royal Society of Chemistry style, to name a few, IEEE. Well, there are many other referencing styles that are used while writing your research paper. Many journals also have their own style of referencing. So while submitting your articles, they require you to follow the referencing style, which is as per their journal requirement. So you need to select that particular reference style. All this, how is it done, how the process goes about, I'll just explain you shortly. We shall start with Mendeley now. I'll just share the Mendeley screen. So this is how you're supposed to log into Mendeley. Just click on mendeley.com, mendeley.com, and you land over on this page, mendeley.com. Here you can see sign in, create account. If you're already an existing user of Mendeley, please click on sign in. If you are a new user to Mendeley, click on create account. So if you click on create account creation is a very simple process. It will ask you your email ID and the password and a confirmation on your registered email ID. And with that, you can easily log in, create an account, and then log in. However, I already have an existing account, so it is asking me to sign into my account. So I'll just sign in. And once I sign in, you can see I have logged in. Neha Kumar it mentions. So this is your Mendeley web page where you'll be landing when you first log into Mendeley. Welcome to Mendeley, and this, as you can see, is a search tab. Well, Mendeley is not just a reference manager tool. Mendeley actually allows you to search for literature. It's a very good tool offered by elsewhere, which allows you to search articles, read those articles. If you want, you can read, annotate, you can write your comments. All this can be done in the Mendeley library itself. So first I'll tell you how it enables you to search. For example, let's say I am writing a paper on online education. So I wanted to refer a few articles on online education. So I just click on online education and click on search. You can see it is showing me 1,58,253 results. So these many results focusing on online education. You have a few filters available here. The years of publication are mentioned here. You can select which, if you want to read the most recent studies, you can select maybe 2022. There's one for 2023 also, which is available. So accordingly, it will filter out the results. You have another filters as document type, which is your journal, conference proceedings. So all of these are available in this Mendeley. So this offers a very good platform for your literature review also. You can search your literature, and most of them are available as full PDF, as in you can read the entire paper. You can see if it mentions view PDF, that means the full paper is available for free access. So when you click on this view PDF, the entire PDF opens for your access. You have the list of journals and few other filters that are available for you. Now, if you look at the paper, the papers that are mentioned here, it mentions it's an open access paper, PDF is available. It has 2 citations, 80 readers. So as you can see, this paper has already been cited twice and 80 readers have already read this paper, and the paper is included in the Mendeley library. So with this, you can also observe the statistics of your papers and the other papers that you're referring to. So if I click on this paper, let's say I select this paper, this gives me a brief information about this paper. See, it is an open access paper. This is the name of the paper. This is the author's name, the name of the journal, year of publication. Abstract is mentioned. If I read the abstract and find it suitable for my research, what I need to do, I just need to click on this button, add to library. Once you select this, it is automatically changed to view in library because this document has now been added to your library. So not just maintaining the documents or safekeeping the documents in your library, organizing them, You also have an option to search the document first and then add to your library. Likewise, let's say I think this paper is a good paper and can be used in my study. It says the effect of online education on academic success, a meta-analysis study. I find this is a good paper, so I think this should be added to my library. I'll read this eventually, so I've added this to my library. Now I'll show you how the library looks like. This, as you can see, the search tabs are available. If you click on library, this is how your library looks like. If you are new to the Mendeley, you won't have or you won't observe these many papers because I'm a frequent user and I very often use this software. So I have a number of papers mentioned in my Mendeley library. I'll just brief you about this library once. As you can see on the left panel. Well, on the left panel, you have tabs like Add New. I'll explain you how to use this tab. All references, all the papers that you add to your library will be shown here under all references. Recently added, the 2 papers I've just added, you can see under the recently added tab, I have just added these 2 papers and they're available here just a minute ago. Recently read, the papers which you read recent basis, they're added to this particular tab, favorites. Well, few of the papers which you think are good papers, your favorite ones, you can star mark those papers. It is very easy, just toggle between these buttons on and off. So when you click, it becomes a favorite. If you unclick, it is removed from the favorite documents. So any paper that you want to add, maybe this paper, just click on this star and it will be added to your favorite section. Just click on the star and it will be added to your favorite section. See, it says it is syncing because at the moment I click on this favorite, it will automatically add to my favorite section, my publications. Well, this section allows you to add your research papers in a separate folder under my publications. So you can anytime refer to those papers. Trash is of course bin if you want to move any article to the bin. Now, Mendeley, as I observe, is of course a fabulous software to work with. I'll explain you how it goes about. As you can see, this add new option. How to add research papers, one of the options I've shown you earlier. You search for it and simply click on add to library. Another option, if you click here, add new, it gives you 3 options: files from computer, add entry manually, and import from library. If you have any existing PDF in your system and you're unable to find it online as of now, you can simply click on files from computer and maybe you can select any document. I have a few documents in my desktop. Let's say this one. And it will start uploading the file and this document will now be available on my Mendeley. See, Aurora. I've just added this through my desktop because the hard copy, the soft copy was available, the PDF was available. And so this has automatically added this document. Another way, in case you have a hard copy and the e-copy is not available and you've referred the article and you need to mention it, you have an option to do the entry manually. How do you do it? Just click on add entry manually. This will give you all the fields that are required for you to enter for the purpose of referencing. First of all, you need to select what is the particular type of reference. Is it a journal article? Is it a book section, or a case, magazine article, newspaper article, thesis, web page, whatever reference you want, you can simply select. Automatically the fields will update. Title of the article, authors, journal name. If you have multiple authors, just click on this add another author. The name of the journal you can manually enter. The year of publication, volume, issue. And please observe, these are not mandatory fields. So if you have information for any of these, just fill in. In case you do not have, just leave it and click on add entry. Like I'll just show you once. Let's say I have a paper, let's say online education. Author's name, it mentions last name followed by first name. So I mentioned Kumar, Neha. journal, let's say it's in current psychology. Year of publication is 2021. Pages are from, let's say, 35 to 45. Volume number is 52 and issue number is 3. And I can copy paste the abstract if I have. In case I don't, I'll just click on add entry. Now you can observe this entry has been manually added to my Mendeley library. So library can add the resources from the online version, from the system if you have the PDFs available, the document available, and also you can do the entry manually. Another option that is available is import library. Say for example, if prior to using Mendeley, you've used any other reference manager tool, maybe EndNote, maybe Zotero. So this option allows you to import files from that library as well. Or maybe let's say it's a BibTeX file. I'll show you how to create a BibTeX file and then share. So any of these documents, if it is available, you can import it from there and then use it in Mendeley. This option is also available. So these are few ways through which you can add documents to your Mendeley library. Then another beautiful option feature that Mendeley allows you is to create folders. Well, if you can see this collections option, these are actually the folders and the subfolders which you can create to organize your library. Say for example, I am currently working on this paper related to stress management. So I created a folder on stress management, and all the papers that are particularly related to stress management, I add those papers in this particular library. Likewise, a paper I was working on mental health, all of these papers are added to this particular library. So your work becomes easier. Like for example, now how to create this? You can observe this new collection. Just click here. It will ask you to name this particular folder, this particular collection. Let's say I name this as demo, right? So you have a new folder created as demo. You can also create subfolders to this. Let's say I want to create, let's say it's a thesis paper. So I've created a folder for thesis and I have chapters under my thesis. So I have new collection here, demo 1 or maybe demo chapter 1. So like this, I have demo chapter 2. So like this, I can organize my library under folders and subfolders, which becomes easier for me to organize my library. Okay, that is deleted. Just demo chapter 2. And likewise, you can create folders and subfolders for your reference. So this is how you can add the documents, organize the documents using this collections option. Now I'll tell you how to read the documents. I'll just select this paper recently added, this Aurora. You can see author details. You can also sort this maybe alphabetically depending upon ascending or descending order depending upon your requirement. Just click on these arrows upside or down, it will be sorted. Likewise, if you want to sort your particular folder basis the year of publications or the title, source, or from the time it has been added, the latest first or the oldest first, it can be done. This you can see file. It says which of the papers are available as full papers. If you can see, this is mentioned files available for download. When you click on this, it will directly lead you to that file. See, this is the full paper that I was referring to. And now the full paper is available for access. I'll just zoom this a bit so that it is okay. So this is the paper I am reading. Now, let's say while reading this paper, I like this particular segment and I want to highlight this or underline this. So you can use these buttons. These are available here. You can choose the color of highlighting also as per your requirement. Let's say I want to highlight this particular section and it will be highlighted with, let's say I want to change the color and highlight this particular section. It is in blue color. Let's change the color, maybe depending upon the content that you're reading. You can also change the formatting. Maybe let's say you have 3-4 authors who are reading the content. So they can fix up their colors to highlight something. You can also add a comment, like you've been using your hard copies for referencing, underlining. So that can be done using this highlighting, and the comments that you would like to add, this button, as you can see, sticky note. So I can just click here and or add a comment, read later, or maybe refer later. So it says Neha has added a comment here to refer this particular segment later. So this Mendeley offers you all the PDF reader options also, which can be directly used using this library. You can highlight, you can add notes to the document that you're reading, and anything will not be missed out because it is in the online mode. So that, of course, it's available. Download, you can download it to your system as well directly. So this is the features of the library. Let's go back to the Mendeley. Also, one more thing I'd like to mention, this Mendeley is, of course, a software that picks up the information. As you can see, this file that I had added, it says it's a journal article, corporate governance and underpricing of small and medium enterprises IPOs in India. This is the title of the paper, the name of the author, the name of the journal, the year, and the pages. Everything is picked up from the PDF, extracted rather from the PDF. But at times, since it is a PDF document, it might pick up some wrong details because it is just extracting the information, and ultimately it's a software. So one of the, I'd say, disadvantage of this, or you can say limitation of this, is being a software, it becomes very difficult to ensure that it picks up the correct information. So you just need to go through the details that it automatically picks up to ensure that no wrong information is picked up. Just to mention you, I have one article here. Let's say this one. Okay, it says impact of working capital parameters on the profitability of various, after various, the name is missing because it could not pick up the entire name of the document. And if you can see the name of the authors, this is the name of the journal, actually, Journal of Exclusive. This has picked up the name of the journal, special issue. Name of the article also is mentioned here, the impact. So all this needs to be deleted. And these are the names of the authors which it has picked along with other set of information. So you need to manually do this editing to ensure that no wrong information has been picked up, because this will be reflected in your references and citation while you use in Word. So you need to check once. Editing, you cannot edit it in the Word. All the editing that needs to be done should be done in the Mendeley itself. Only then it will auto-correct it there. So like this, I've deleted the names, all the extra words that were visible here, and just the names of the authors now. The issue number, the volume number is fine. The journal name it has missed. I'll have to type it, and it's Journal of Exclusive. I don't remember the name actually. Let's mention this. And once I do this, it will automatically autocorrect the information here. So just one check you need to do. Mendeley will pick up the information, but you need to just keep an eye as to whether correct information has been picked or not. Also, please check the type of the article that it picks, whether it has selected journal article or not. Let's see, this is fine. All the details are fine. So you can go ahead. So with this, I hope this library function feature and this left panel is clear to you. How to add papers, how to create folders and move about and organize your library. Another thing that is important for you in Mendeley, I'll just help you with certain downloads and then we can start using this software. Okay. As you can see under Mendeley, when you scroll down, you can check this downloads. Few downloads are available which are important for you to use while accessing this Mendeley. One is your reference manager. Once you click here, it will lead you to Mendeley Reference Manager download now. Once you click on this download now, it will download the application depending upon the Windows that you're using, or if you're using Mac, just select the version that you want and click on download, and the installation will be done, and you need to just set up the same in your system. It is already available in my system, so I'm not downloading it. Another is Mendeley site. This is also one function that you'll be using and you're required to download. It says get Mendeley site. It's free of cost and you need to select, just a moment, it says login. Okay, get it now. When you click on get it now, it will ask you to log in. From which ID you're using, just get it now, because I have already signed into this document. And this will automatically download this Mendeley site for me using the account. It says open in Word because this is already downloaded it now. So this 2-3 tools, 2-3 plugins that are offered by Mendeley are something that are very important for you to use. Another important is Web Importer. Get Web Importer for Chrome. I'm sorry, Get Web Importer for Chrome. You're required to click on this plugin as well and download this, because in my system it is already added. So it is saying remove from Chrome. Otherwise, when you click on this, you'll have an option add to Chrome. If you can observe this small M here, which is I think not visible as of now. This has already been added. So 3 plugins that you're required to download before starting with Mendeley is Mendeley Reference Manager, Mendeley Site, and Mendeley Web Importer. Once you download these 3, I'll help you with how to use them. So I'll just start with Mendeley MS Word now. Just a second, I'll share screen. Okay. So this is, once you download Mendeley Reference Manager, this is actually the desktop version or the offline version of using Mendeley. As of now, we were discussing Mendeley.com. So Mendeley.com is an online library that you can create, that you can manage, that you can organize. However, you're not all the time connected to the internet. So in that case, you can use this Mendeley Reference Manager. Now this interface is exactly the one that you've seen in Mendeley online version. So this, once you click on this, install Mendeley Reference Manager, it will again ask you to log in. You enter your email ID, you enter your password, and it will open this page. As mentioned, this is already filled up. You can see a lot of papers here because my library is almost full. So you have these same options available: add new, all references, recently added, recently read. But this is the offline version because this is the Mendeley Reference Manager, which we've downloaded from Mendeley.com. So once you select this, all the functions that I've been explaining you there, you can use those functions here as well. Like see, recently read, these are the articles, recently added, the ones we just added, all of those articles are observed here. This button, as you can see, sync button, this is basically helpful and useful. Say for example, at times you've taken your laptop somewhere and you were working on this, or maybe let's say you were not connected to the internet and you made certain changes here. And once you're back to the internet connectivity, you want your online library to be synced. Just click on this button and the sync will happen automatically. Likewise, let's say you were, maybe you visited some library and you had seen some documents, you were accessing some documents and you found certain good documents and you added those documents directly to your online library, Mendeley online library. So they are available for you in the offline mode as well. Just when you reach home, log into your Mendeley Reference Manager and click on sync. The moment you click on sync, it will automatically be added here. Just to show you once, I'll just share my screen so that I'll show you simultaneously how this is done. Okay, so this is my Mendeley online version. Let's say I have searched an article on, let's say, fintech adoption, right? So I have a couple of articles here. I want to add this to my library. And this paper also is good. I think this should be added to my library. So I have added 2 papers using the online Mendeley option, which is mendeley.com. And this is available in the online version of Mendeley library, as you can observe in the library. Recently added, you can see these 2 papers which I have just added. Now, when you check your offline mode, which is your Mendeley reference manager, the one which is available for your access in the offline mode as well. If you observe the recently added, it has added 2 documents here also because it is connected to the internet simultaneously. The sync has done. If not, just click on this button and automatically syncing will be done. So linking your offline documents, offline library with the online library, and likewise the online library with the offline library is very easy with just a click of this button. Because at times, of course, you're not carrying your laptops everywhere. So if you observe or come across some good research papers, maybe you visit some library, just log into Mendeley, add those documents to your library, and once you're back home, just click on sync and they'll be available in the offline version. Now, another thing that is important for you to understand is this export all. Like you had an option here, import all. Likewise, let's say if you want to share some documents, as in, let's say you are working on a collaborative research, you have 2-3 authors, co-authors with your paper, and you have downloaded all the papers and you wish to share them with your co-authors. So in that case, you're not required to download every paper, mail every paper to your author. What you can do is just click on this export all. Let's say this is the folder that I want to share, right? This is the folder, it has some documents and I want to share this document. So I just select all the papers. This is how, once you click on this, all the papers will be selected. File and export all. Export to a EndNote file, research information system, or BibTeX file. Let's say I select the BibTeX file and I save this on my desktop as demo BibTeX file. Now, all of these sources are now available on my desktop as this demo BibTeX file, which you can observe. I've just added this. Now, if any one of us wants to access this, I'll just share that BibTeX file. How that person will add, just click on import library and BibTeX file. I'll select the folder, the demo, and click on open. And all of those files will be automatically starting to upload in my library. So sharing of the documents also becomes very easier by just exporting the set of references you want, and the person to whom you're exporting, you can straight away add, that person can straight away import all of those documents. And if it is not as per Mendeley, maybe you're using EndNote or any other reference manager tool, you can do it likewise. So this is how the sharing of the documents also becomes easier. Also, the web importer, the Mendeley site that I was talking about, it is also available in the offline version as well. Just click on this. It will, once connected to the internet, it will help you to download the web importer and the Mendeley site. I'll tell you how the Mendeley web importer works so that you're able to understand how to go about it. Okay, now I'll tell you how to use Mendeley web importer. Let's say you want to search certain articles, maybe on Google Scholar, right? So you have certain articles on, say, fintech adoption. Now I have a couple of search results, 28,300 search results. Now, when you have this Mendeley web importer downloaded, you do not have to add any documents to your library. It will automatically do all the work for you. Just to help you understand this So this M is the Mendeley Web Importer. Once you click on Add to Chrome, this will automatically be added and you can bookmark this to your main page, the address bar. And this, once you click on this Mendeley Web Importer, it will ask you to sign in because I've not signed into this. Just a second. It's done automatically. Now what will Mendeley Web Importer do? It will read all the documents that are available on this page and will ask you which particular document do you want to refer, because it has a lot of documents, so it is taking some time. Yeah, it's done. So all the search results which are available on this particular page, which you've just checked, it is available. See, it says 12 references have been detected on this page. 1, 2, 3, 4, all of those references are mentioned. Now it is asking which document particularly you need to add to your library and which segment of the library, directly to my library, or you need to add it to some particular folder. Let's say we select the demo folder. I want the documents to be added to my demo folder, and this is selected. And I want to select all of these papers, or let's say not all of these. I want to select this 1, 2 papers. If the PDF is available or not, it will also mention it right away. It says PDF not found, view PDF. So I want to select these 2 documents and add to my library. So to this particular folder, these 2 documents will be automatically added. If you wish to check, just click on view library. And to the demo folder we have added. Also, if you wish to check, just simply click on recently added. And these 2 documents which you've just added are seen here. So recently added, or you can directly check on your demo folder. It is right here. So adding references, adding papers, adding search results is very easy for you using Mendeley Web Importer, because any web page, any newspaper article, magazine article which is available online is easier for you to cite and refer just by using this Mendeley Web Importer. Also using this, let's say I'm on this Mendeley search page. I'm selecting some articles here, let's say on corporate governance. Now here also I can directly add it to the Mendeley library. It says there are 10 references which are detected on this page because I have selected 10 at a time. So it is showing 10 references. So this Mendeley importer is also showing me all the 10 references, and it is asking me which particular document you wish to add to your library. So I can select that particular papers I want to add to my library, and the folder, let's say on this folder only I want to add, and click on add. Once this is complete, you can simply click on view library and the documents will be added to your Mendeley library. Likewise, since you are connected to the internet, simultaneously they'll be added to your Mendeley reference manager, which is your desktop version of your Mendeley. See, these 2 papers are added, corporate governance and sustainability, and recently added corporate governance and sustainability to your Mendeley reference manager. So far we've discussed what is Mendeley, how to use Mendeley for your literature search, for adding documents to your library, organizing the library, adding documents using Mendeley Web Importer. So maybe we can take a couple of questions here, and then I'll tell you how the references and citation is done on MS Word. Take a couple of questions now.
You want to take a question now?
If we have any questions still here, I can take
Okay.
Then
All right. So far, is there any questions from the audience? Okay, I can see some rages. So let's unmute Mohammad Yusuf.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Thank you so much, Ms. Neha Kumar. It's a wonderful session and very insightful session for me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So I have a question, which is, I have 2 questions basically. One is last couple of days, I am trying to use mainly references manager, but when I want to log in on the time, I missed it. I don't know why, but I'm using mainly desktop version.
Okay.
So how can I solve it? There's one question, and another question is, right now you just showing that Mendeley Web Importer.
Right.
And could you please show another one again, and that how can I easily catch it? Because during your showing time, I am trying, but I missed again.
No problems. I'll show you again.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Your first question regarding Mendeley Desktop. Just to mention, Mendeley Desktop was offered as in, it was a product of Mendeley. It is still available, but Mendeley is in the process of discontinuing it. I have also been using Mendeley Desktop since 2014. I am more comfortable with Mendeley Desktop, but the Mendeley Reference Manager is a latest version. This was introduced in, I believe, 2019, and it is very easy for you to add all of your documents from Mendeley Desktop to Mendeley Reference Manager. You just need to download. I'll just show you again. This is my Mendeley screen. Just a second. Okay, so if I show you this, you can see under the downloads, you still have an option to download the Mendeley Desktop. It is still available, this Mendeley Desktop. But as of now, it is currently working, but this will be discontinued very soon. So I'll advise you can skip this as of now and start moving to Mendeley Reference Manager. It is very easy. Just click on Mendeley Reference Manager like you had done for Mendeley Desktop. Click on download now. Once you click on download now, like you had to log in for your desktop, similarly, just log in with the same account, your username and your password, and all of the information will be simultaneously available. Just to show you once, I'll just share both of my versions. Okay, so this is Mendeley Reference Manager, the same account with which I have logged in. This is my Mendeley Desktop. I'm just opening the Mendeley Desktop. This is my Mendeley Desktop, and with the same account I have logged in. It is syncing because I've added a lot of documents today. All of those documents will now be available in the desktop version as well. So it is very easy to sync because the same account is there. So login will be easier and all the documents will automatically be added. You don't have to do anything. And you can, as in right away, start using Mendeley Reference Manager instead of using the Mendeley Desktop, because it will be soon discontinued. Regarding your second question, this was Mendeley Web Importer. Okay. So once you click on this Mendeley Web Importer, you have this Get Web Importer for Chrome. Once you click on this Get Web Importer for Chrome, you will have an option here, Add to Chrome. For my case, it says Remove from Chrome because it is already added to my Chrome window. In your case, it will show you Add to Chrome. Once you click on Add to Chrome, the option will be available to your Chrome and you can bookmark it. Like I have just mentioned, you can bookmark it and it will be shown here. So just click on Downloads, the Downloads option, Mendeley Web Importer, Get Web Importer for Chrome, and Add for Chrome. And it will automatically be added to your bookmarks. And once this is done, any document that you're referring to, you can directly add it to by using your web importer. I hope both the questions are answered, sir.
Yes, thank you so much.
You can try, and in case still there's some issue, you can, I'll share my email ID at the end. We can connect then later.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so now I'll go to Madhuri. You can unmute yourself and you can proceed.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for the exhaustive explanation of Mendeley software. I have a question that when I try to cite the YouTube videos, I didn't get the option to how to cite the YouTube videos in the Mendeley. So is there any option to cite the YouTube videos in our references?
YouTube videos, ma'am, you'll have to add manually the details. I'd shown you how to add manually. Just select the type as a video or what web page or whatever your reference you're adding, and do the entry manually.
Because when we drop down the options, just like a article, newspaper, or conference proceedings, but I didn't get the YouTube videos or something videos like options. So I'm not able to add that content as for the reference.
There's an option to add, just a second, ma'am. Working paper, web page. In that case, ma'am, you can add web page then.
Because in a YouTube having a different type of citation, I think there are format is different. So
but Mendeley, as in the list of options that I can see, there's bill, there's book section, case, computer program, but there's a film also which is available, ma'am. Maybe that would help. I don't know what particular video you're referring to. There's an option to refer for film as well.
Okay, because the film may be available on their particular website, but I'm getting the particular video from the YouTube. So
I'll just show you, ma'am. There's television broadcast, there's film. Maybe if it falls under these options, you can check. If not, I mean, not particularly a YouTube video option is available, then of course web page. Other than that, particularly for a video, I cannot see any option.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
So can I take a few more questions?
Sure, sir. Please. 5 more minutes, we can take a few questions.
All right, so let's go to Muhammad Kadura. You can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. First of all, thank you for this nice session. And I have two questions. I want to know if I can do like a multiple add for files from the PC.
Yes, sir. You can just. I'll show you how to do. Like I'd added the files. You can also drag drop, select the files and drag drop to the particular option, or when you click, I hope the screen is visible.
Yes, yes, it is.
When you select files, I'll select all of these files, let's say, and click on open. All of these documents will see 9 files are uploading.
Okay. Second question. Let's say if I have a paper which is published in, let's say, a university which is not speaking in English. So the writing of the content will be in Arabic.
Right.
So how can I change the, let's say, the author name or the paper title or something like that?
Sir, with the language, because as far as Mendeley, this supports English, because in that case, you'll have to manually enter, but in the English format. In Arabic, this does not pick up. The Mendeley, this is another disadvantage with the language as well. This does not pick up the Arabic language.
Oh, I see. So I cannot modify the citation.
Maybe you can translate, if the translate option is available, you can translate the document to English and then cite it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I have seen.
Right. So now let's go to Abu Arifa. You can unmute yourself.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful presentation. Yeah, so please, I have one question with regards to editing of the reference manually. Does that mean we must go through all the articles uploaded manually so that we can see if there is correction, we can effect that? Thank you.
I didn't understand. Can you please repeat your question, sir? It was
Yeah.
regarding adding the documents manually, but what was the exact issue?
No, not only adding editing manually. If we have any correction to make, so when we have like 10 articles or 20 articles, we must check through all to see if there is any correction so that we correct manually.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whenever you add any documents, see, most of the time it picks up the correct information, but ultimately it's a software that picks up the information from a PDF or maybe a Word document. So at times it might pick up a wrong set of information. So you're required to ensure just a quick, like a bird's eye view we mentioned, just go through the document, the metadata that is available on the right panel, the author name, the journal name, just a glance at it, and you'll get to know if there is any error, just correct it right away. Maybe you have 100 documents, there's error in just 1 or 2 documents, and you need to edit those 2 or 3 documents only. So that might be an issue, but yes, this is one of the disadvantages. You need to ensure that the correct information is picked up by the Mendeley, because this will automatically be using the information for your referencing and citation. So if the information is incorrect here, your references and citations will be incorrect.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I had come across one of the questions. It just popped on the screen. The difference between EndNote and Mendeley. These are 2 different softwares. You can use EndNote or you can use Mendeley or Zotero. These are different softwares which are available for the same objective, reference management. So the software you are comfortable with, you can use any of these.
All right, so I think we can take another questions, then
Yes,
I can go to the
one
discussion.
more question and then proceed, right, sir?
Yeah, MS Shamim, you can unmute yourself.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Ji, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful session. My question is that, as you mentioned, that Mendeley desktop is no more functional in the coming.
It is still functional, ma'am. It is still functional.
It's still functional, but it will be discontinued. You said the issue is that I was facing that the Mendeley reference, the updated version, is not giving the option literature search. Do you have any idea about that?
Ma'am, the offline version will not give you the option of literature search.
No, I was using, yeah, I was using Mendeley desktop version, and it was giving an extra option of literature search in the previous version.
For literature search, you will have to use the online Mendeley only, Mendeley.com.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, so I think if we have more questions, then we can take at the end of the talk.
At the end, we can start with the referencing and citation, and then we can take the rest of the questions.
Right.
I'll just start the. Okay. So this is a Word document wherein let's assume I'm writing a research paper or a thesis. So maybe the impact of online education, and I'm referring to a few of the articles and writing something, and then I need to cite an author here because the author has mentioned something about the factors that impact online education. Now, how do I do this? Now, I had asked you to download 3 add-ons for Mendeley. One is Mendeley Reference Manager, which is the offline version of the Mendeley online library. Another is the Mendeley Web Importer, which we have just discussed how to use the Mendeley Web Importer. It will help you to download, add the articles to your Mendeley library. Another was Mendeley Site. Now, once you add Mendeley Site to your MS Word, this is your reference tab. Once you click on this reference tab, Just a second. So when you click on reference tab, for the ones who've been using Mendeley desktop, this is an additional option which is available for you in MS Word if you have set up the Mendeley desktop, and this is the Mendeley desktop citation plugin. Now Mendeley site, which is for reference manager. Once you add Mendeley site, this option, once you click on this Mendeley site, it will show you all the all the files, all the research papers, all the articles that you have added to your Mendeley library. Once you'll be doing this for the first time, it will ask you to log in, because the Mendeley site, log in from the same account from which you have downloaded this Mendeley site. Because once you start downloading the Mendeley site, it will ask you for an account, Microsoft account. If you do not have an account, it will give you an option to create Microsoft account. It's a very simple two-step process. Just click on this create Microsoft account, and once you create, just download Mendeley site. For the first time you'll be using Mendeley site, it will again ask you to log in. So log in using the same Microsoft account using which you've downloaded Mendeley site. So with that, it will sync all of the documents of your Mendeley library to this Mendeley site. Now I'll tell you how the citations and referencing is done. Let's move to the same demo folder which we've been using for this session. Okay. So this is my demo folder. I have added a few papers related to corporate governance, fintech adoption. Now it is reflecting all of these papers. Now I wish to add a few references related to online education or maybe fintech adoption. So I select this paper. Once I click on this, you can see the citation. That is how it will be appearing as the in-text citation. The option is available. Hassan et al. 2021. If I select this insert one citation, you can observe my cursor is pointed right here. Once I click on this, the citation is automatically added to the document, Hassan et al. And if you wish to check, just click on this. It will be inside this box just to confirm that this is a citation which has been added by Mendeley. If you wish to add another document, let's say I wish to add one more reference, add a reference to it, maybe this document, and save changes. So with this simultaneously, the second citation is added. So if you have a number of citations to a particular, maybe you're mentioning a few factors and at the end you're mentioning all the citations. So you can merge the citations. It is very simple. Just click on add reference and all of the references that you want to cite together, they'll be done. Add reference, maybe this article also I wish to cite, and save changes. The third article is also added. Now let's say it has a positive impact and I want to cite some other document. Let's say from mental health, I want to pick up a document. This one, mental health and COVID-19 pandemic, insert citation. So the citation has been added. Please, please, please do not manually try to edit this citation. It will not, once you try to manually edit the citation, your references will be disturbed, because if you add the citation using Mendeley, your references will be automatically generated. I'll show you how. But if you do any manual editing from the Mendeley, this document, this particular citation will be disregarded, and so this will be deleted from the list of references. So do not manually edit any citation if you're using any of the reference manager tools, be it Zotero, be it Mendeley, be it EndNote, any reference manager tool, do not manually edit it. Even if you are doing the referencing using MS Word also, using the manage references, do not manually edit any of the citations. I'll show you how the reference citations are inserted. See, citations we've already inserted 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's say we're done with the document. Now I am adding my reference section. How to do it? Before selecting, just check the citation style. As of now, currently, American Psychological Style, which is APS style 7th edition, has been by default selected. If you want to continue with this reference style, fine, just click on more and insert like bibliography. It says insert your bibliography at the cursor location. Yes, please continue with it now. All of those 4 papers which you had cited in the text are now available. Complete list of references is available in the reference section. If I wish to change the citation style, let's say I wish to change the citation style to IEEE and click on update citation style, see all of the document citations have been updated. The citations have been updated, the references have been updated. Now let's assume you are submitting your document to another journal. This journal had submitted one document, Asian Journal of Psychiatry. This had its own reference style, which was as per Asian Journal of Psychiatry. So I had to change the references using this particular style. So update citation style, and accordingly all of these document updations has been done. Now another thing which you'll notice here, this Hassan et al. Is mentioned in as in the first word is capital and rest are in the small letters. This particular Satyadi and Narsa, this is in capital. Now don't edit it here, please. I'm again repeating, no manual editing needs to be done in your Word document. If you need to change this, just go to Mendeley, do the editing there, and automatically it will be updated here. Just go to Mendeley, search for this particular reference, do the editing there, and then this will be updated here. Don't edit any of the information once the citation has been inserted in MS Word. Now, if you continue with, let's say you continue with your document and again you've written something and you wish to add 1 or 2 more references to this, let's say this and this. Once you insert these 2 citations, it will automatically update your reference list. So you do not have to check that each and every citation is added to your reference section or not, because Mendeley will automatically do this task for you if provided you've been using Mendeley effectively while writing your citations, while mentioning your citations. So step 1, you can use Mendeley for your literature search. You can add those searched literature items, articles to your Mendeley library. Once they're added to your library, it becomes very easier for you to cite them in the document. And once the citation is done, the reference list is automatically generated. If you need to make any further changes to your document, let's say you're further adding any list and you want this particular citation also, maybe some you have received some revisions for the document and you made the revision done, this reference is automatically added. If you delete any citation, it will automatically be deleted from the reference list again. So all this will be done automatically if your citations are as per your Mendeley. Another thing that I was talking about, this in-text citation and the parenthetical citation. Now, all of these which you can observe right now, these are the parenthetical citations. The whole sentence is complete. After the sentence, I have mentioned the name of the author and the year of publication using Mendeley, the citation. So this is done. Now, if I am mentioning, let's say Arora, or as mentioned, let's refer to someone. Okay, this is one of my publications. Kumar et al. Disagrees with, let's say, or talks about how online education is impacting, let's say, mental health. Now here, this reference that I had added is an in-text citation, but I want to, sorry, it's a parenthetical citation, but the sentence that I have added, just a second. Okay. Now let's say I want to add this as the main, as in the sentence should start with this and not with a citation. So for that, what you're required to do, you're first required to mention the name of the author. You'll be required to type it. Kumar, then the citation is here. You click on this, it will automatically lead you to this citation. Once you click on this citation, another window, the dialog box appears, and you have an option here, suppress author. It's a checkbox, suppress author. If I tick on this and click on save changes, I click on this and click on save changes, you can observe now it says Kumar, the name of the author has been suppressed and the citation is available. If you try to do it manually, if you try to erase this or edit this manually, it will affect your citations, this reference list. So it is not advisable to do anything manually. If you wish to suppress the name of the author, just go to that particular citation, click on that citation and check this box, suppress author. Likewise, I'll do it once again. Let's insert some other insert. Okay. So the talks mentions how the CSR expenditure is incurred. Can someone please stop the scribbling? Okay. So again, if you wish to suppress the name of the author, select go to that particular citation, click on Kumar et al. And the checkbox suppress author and click on save changes. So the name of the author is automatically hidden now. It is suppressed and that author is added to your list of citations, references. So this is how you generate or insert citations in MS Word. The reference list will automatically be generated. In case any document is you've submitted and you need to change the style of referencing, just select the citation styles from here, and that particular style which you wish to add, you can add it to your list of citation styles and make the changes accordingly. So this is how you use citations and references using Mendeley. I think I'm done with almost all of these topics. Exporting is done. Web import. Okay. Okay, all right. I am done with my part. I can take up the questions now. You are not audible, sir.
Yeah, all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So is there any questions from the audience? I can see so many hands. So first I'll go to Naila Rafiq. You can unmute yourself.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, I just having some difficulty in using Mendeley reference management software. Basically, the reference manager I'm using sometimes have updates and it caused difficulty in working. So what could I do then?
When you update it?
Yes, ma'am. It's not working after updating.
I haven't faced it, but still in case there's some issue, you can maybe uninstall it and download as an install again and log in. Maybe that would help.
Okay, I'll try it now.
Yes, please do that.
Thank you.
All right, so now I'll go to Shipra. You can unmute yourself.
Very good afternoon as per Indian Standard Time. So thank you so much. As usual, your session is so insightful. I just have one doubt regarding the citations because due to network issues, somehow I missed that portion when you were explaining the things. So could you please explain the citation wala part you just explained right now, no? The how to add references regarding the citation which we have added in the portion in the paper. So
how to add citations to Word?
References, ma'am. References, ma'am. The word may you have just explained, na? References wala automatically it will add.
Okay, I'll show you again.
Thank you.
Just a second. Once you're through with all of these citations, you can see this more option, insert bibliography. Once you, like, let's say this is my cursor, I've pointed my cursor here. I click on insert bibliography. It'll ask you to insert at the cursor location, click on continue, and all the citations are references are inserted.
So all the citation, all the references, that means which I have cited so far.
Which are in text, right? The citations that you have indexed in the document, the entire list of references is generated at the end.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, so now I'll go to Mustaq Yusuf. You can unmute yourself.
I joined late, so maybe 16 hours.
Your voice is not clear.
But now? Hello, you can hear me?
Yeah, now better.
Hello? Can you hear me, sir?
The voice is still is not clear.
I can hear you.
Maybe you can type in the chat box. We'll try to read your question.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right. So now I'll go to Nazir. You can unmute yourself. Nazir, are you there? All right, so now I'll go to Redmi. You can unmute yourself.
Okay, hello.
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay, my question is, I tried to import the bibliography, and then I realized that one of the reference shown in the bibliography has no author or publication, publisher or DOI. So what do I do? Do I need to, how do I delete it and add it back to the Mendeley and then recite it back in the document?
Okay, I got your question. When you insert reference, it was an incomplete reference, right?
Yes.
Information was missing. Okay, in that case, so can you please mute yourself?
Yeah, he's muted.
Thank you. So in that case, again, as mentioned, while the information, while the details were added to the Mendeley, either the online version of Mendeley in your library or the Mendeley reference manager, it did not extract or pick up the correct information and all the information. So in that case, you will have to go back to your Mendeley library, revisit that document, ensure that all the information which is not filled in, either copy paste if it is available, as in the option is available, or type in. Once that information is complete in Mendeley library, Then if you click, you come back to your Word and refresh it, all the information will be updated. The information did not populate because the same was not extracted by Mendeley.
All right, so I can see Sonia, the Dr. Sonia. You can unmute yourself.
So hi, I've been using Mendeley for quite some time, maybe for the last 6 to 7 months. And off late, what happened is I find an error. We are experiencing an internal error within Mendeley. That's what it says when I'm signed in. I've already signed in with the desktop version and the online version.
What is the error, ma'am?
It says error trace.
As in, what difficulty are you facing?
So the reference manager, I'm not able to sign in. I was already signed in, and I was using it for quite some time. And I think for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I have not used. Now it says there's a sign-in error. And when I try to sign in and ask for a new password also, I'm not able to sign in. But I'm able to access the desktop one, not the online one.
Did you check the online one? Is it working?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not able to get into the sign-in page.
But how come the Mendeley desktop is working? Because desktop.
I fail to understand that. I fail to understand that.
Because if you're using the desktop version, that is Mendeley desktop or Mendeley reference manager or the web version, all of these require you to sign in.
Exactly. I don't understand why. So I did sign out in all the 3, thinking that it could be, some in, and I tried refreshing my history page also on Chrome, but for some reason, it's still, I'm not able to get through it.
The Mendeley desktop is working.
Yeah, Mendeley desktop is still working. I again logged in and it's working.
Maybe you can uninstall the Mendeley reference manager and install it again and check. Maybe that helps.
Because Twitter note also asking for help from Mendeley, but I don't know. So
I am coming across this problem for the first time, as in I have never experienced in any of my sessions this issue had come up. Because your desktop is working fine, so that means there is no issue with the signing. Your ID is correct, your password is correct, because that is why your desktop version is working. So maybe you can check first if the online web version is working. That means there is no issue with your login password ID. What you can do is just uninstall the reference manager and reinstall it. Maybe that helps, ma'am.
Okay, right. I'll try that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, so there are so many questions in the chat box. So maybe I can read some questions. There is one question that how to merge citations, for example, 1 to 4.
How to match
if they cite, say, 4 papers together, so how they will cite?
Together, I just mentioned, I'll share it again. Just Are you talking about this? How to merge the citations? I have 3 citations here.
Yeah, that one.
So I'll just do it again. Say, for example, you want to add, just select, let's say 1, 2, and maybe some other folders if you have some documents. Let's say from the CG folder, maybe this paper. And once you click on this insert 3 citations, it will insert all of these 3 citations together. You can merge the citations. See, it has picked up the wrong information because this is incorrect. So I'll have to edit in Mendeley. These 2 citations are fine, but the 3rd one is incorrect. It has picked up the name of the paper rather than the name of the authors. So this is how just select this checkbox, just select the citations that you want to insert, and it will automatically be merged. So it picks up all the information and shows how it will be, as in this is like the, you can see how it will be shown here, Nigam et al, Kumar, Neha, Kumar. So this is how all of these 3 citations will be inserted.
All right, so there is one question from Mustaq. How I can delete articles duplicated in the new versions, I can't find this option.
Delete from your library?
Yeah, they might have the duplicate copies. So how they can delete?
See, Mendeley, this desktop, as in Mendeley desktop version was initially, which was offered, was a very good feature because it allowed you to delete the duplicate items. And also if you had, like, it had a feature to add watch folder to your system. However, these features are not available with Mendeley Reference Manager. So all that you can do is first search, and if you have similar search results, delete. This deletion of duplicate items is not available in Mendeley Reference Manager. This option is available with Mendeley Desktop. If you can see, I'll show you the Mendeley Desktop. It had an option to delete the duplicate items, but this option is not available with this Mendeley Reference Manager. This is a newer version, but few of the very good features which were available with Mendeley Desktop are not available. It had an option, this Mendeley Desktop had an option to check for duplicates. The desktop version had, the Mendeley Reference Manager does not have this option.
All right, so there is one question in the chat box. How can Mendeley cite when the authors with similar names and years of publications like X et al. A or B?
You have the names.
Same authors, and
the Mendeley automatically does it for you. If you add the similar papers, as in the papers with the same name of the authors, it automatically, once you add the citation to your document, it will add A and B automatically. You do not have to do it. Mendeley will do it for you.
all right. So is there Muklesur? You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
you're audible.
Thank you, moderator.
Yeah, can you please unmute yourself?
Okay, thank you. My question is that I'm not currently asking to that. I try to Mendeley site install, but some things like that it is not working. Please show again how to install the Mendeley site. Please.
Mendeley site?
Mendeley site installation in Word.
Okay. Have you downloaded Mendeley site?
I can't. Just I download Mendeley Web Importer, but I cannot download or cited this Mendeley site.
Can you have a look at the screen as of now?
Yeah.
This is Mendeley site.
Okay.
Get Mendeley site.
Okay. As I already.
Then this option will just get it
Okay.
now.
Get it now.
You'll have to sign in. See, it says you're signed in because I have already signed in and it is available.
Yeah.
In your case, it will show, it will ask you for a Microsoft account to sign in. And then you click get it now. It will confirm all the details. Once you are through with this process, it will say it has started, open in Word. When you open it in Word, it will lead you to Word document.
Yes.
Is the Word document available? Oh, I'll have to share the screen just a second.
It asked me to incorporate my official or personal email ID. Yeah?
Please check which ID you are using to log in. With the same ID that you have logged into Mendeley site for downloading, please use the same ID. Once you install Mendeley site, first time you'll be using, it will ask you to log in.
Login, yeah.
So in Word also, it will ask you to log in. So use the same account through which you have downloaded this Mendeley site. Otherwise, it will not operate.
Okay, thank you.
Using two multiple accounts, please ensure you're using the same account to download and the same account to log in the site for using on Word.
Okay, thank you.
That would be an issue. That is why it is not showing.
Yes. I try. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, so can I check on group photo? Please switch on your camera. And for your kind information, I have already posted the attendance form. So please fill it up correctly. The certificate will be given just exactly what you wrote in the attendance form. And if you have any questions, maybe you can email to us. Later, we can answer your questions.
I'll share my email ID for your reference as well.
All right, I will share your email.
This is my
and maybe
email
your
ID.
LinkedIn profile.
Yes, and my LinkedIn profile. I'm very active on LinkedIn. Any one of you, if there's an issue, can get in touch through LinkedIn as well. It is with the same name, Neha Kumar. And this is my email ID, kumarneha89@gmail.com.
Okay, and there is another good news for you all, especially for UPM students or maybe who is staying nearby. There are some merchandiser from Mendeley. You can see there are some pens. You can see or not.
Yes,
and
it's visible.
we also have some sticker with that Mendeley. If anyone wants to collect it, you can contact me. I think it's especially for UPM students, because it's not possible to post it to your address. And please don't forget to fill up the attendance form. All right, so I think now we can take on group photo. I'm sorry, I'm lowering your hand. All right, we have 8 pages. So please keep quiet and keep smiling. All right, so here we go. I'll be counting from 3 to 1. All right, 3, 2, 1. Please keep smiling. We have 8 pages. Currently, we're at second page. Now, third page. Now, the fourth page. Fifth, and then last one. All right, so I have already captured all the beautiful smile. Today we had 800 plus participants. Still people are coming. All right, so thank you everyone for joining us today, and I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to our invited guest speaker, Dr. Neha Kumar, for your time and sharing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you want to wrap up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, maybe you can wrap up now.
Thank you, sir, and thank you all the participants for your patient cooperation throughout the session. Thank you.
All right, so thank you. So for your kind information, I have already posted the attendance link. So please don't forget to fill it up. I am sharing it again. And hopefully I will try to share the certificate by tomorrow. And there is on sections comments. So if you have any questions, you also can include over there. And if you want to express your gratitude to our speaker, you are welcome to do so. So later we can share with her. All right, so that's all. So I'm Mahmoud Johar Islam, Mendeley advisor and PhD candidate at University Putra, Malaysia, signing off from this webinar. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe and take care. See you again to our next event. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.